Welcome to Cardano Over Coffee with your host Brian from Hero Pool, Epoch Pool, Lido Nation, Jenny from the Blockchain, TCT, Block Jock, and the Always Chillin' Cook Time. Today we are talking to the Goat Tribe about all the amazing updates they have coming up in the month of February. Then we talk to the Cardanaries, an NFT project that's building on the Cardano blockchain. Grab your cup of coffee and let's jump right in.
On that note, let's not tempt fate and just get straight into it. Hit the emoji. Let's welcome our first guest. We've got
Share the
Goat Trot and the Goats
space.
in the house. Share the space, retweet,
Get some goats in
comment
here.
on the bubble. Why have there only been, what is this?
I'm telling you.
Retweet the space, people. Retweet the space.
I'm here like telling everybody to retweet the space and I hadn't even done it myself. How about that?
Like that's how it works. You retweet the space and then you
Those
get enough
baby
retweeting
goats.
happening, you might even get an alpha. So if we don't get an alpha today, it's probably because there was not enough retweets. So,
ooh, there might be some alpha today, but I did hear the baby goats, and
I love those baby goats. They're so cute.
let's get to it. Good try. Welcome.
Welcome. How you doing? Good to have you here.
Good to have you here. It's always good to have you. We miss you. How you doing?
We miss you too. I've been doing well. You know, we've been keeping our nose down, trying to get everything reorganized, doing some internal growing, and then kind of just getting into the business now. You know, I think it's a good time to just kind of go around, check in on people, and you know, we do have some other things coming out. Like I was just mentioning, the baby goats will be ready to go today, and then we're also going to be getting into a few other things during the year.
Well, why don't you tell us who we are? Tell us about the tribe.
Tell you about the Goat Tribe. Well, for those who don't know, Goat Tribe was the original 10,000 collection, which grew into one of the largest communities on Cardano. We recently launched another collection to involve more community members. We grew another 1,700 holders. So we have roughly about 4,000 people under our belt, and we're continuously growing from there. And we're in the process of building out the utility on top of the token and seeing where that takes us in the future.
Excellent. Wait, so there's no active mint going on right now. To join the tribe is pretty much aftermarket situation.
Yes, in a lot of ways, but there is like other mints going on. Like we're actively in the process of like rewarding our OG holders. For instance, like you know, we're in the process of finalizing our DNA mint, which we'll be announcing the mint date tomorrow. So once that happens,
was that an announcement of an announcement?
No,
Yes.
well, I mean that's an announcement of an announcement, I guess.
ring the bell, Lido.
Yeah, there's an announcement of an announcement for sure. But yeah, there's no active mint going on right now, but we are focusing on, you know, again, that utility and bringing back, you know, active value to our original holders and supporters. And part of that is our DNA mint. The DNA mint is a airdrop that we provided to our holders, and it'll involve a free mint. So if you have an original goat and a DNA kit that you're airdropped, that'll give you a mint very soon for just transaction costs. And it'll be interesting in the next, you know, week or so. You'll kind of see that come to fruition.
Fun. Who's we? So there's who's the we that's managing this community? So that's you. How big is the team?
It is me right now. We're growing. We have, let's see here, myself, the original founder, who's autre coeur. He's a generative artist. We have Dynite, which he might be still up. Yeah, he's down there right now. He's rocking a baby goat and white background and the zebra. And then we have our community manager, which is Who's Bad. And then we have our social media manager, which is actually up here today if she wants to introduce herself.
Hello. I work for the tribe.
The Wednesday crew has been infiltrated.
Those are some of our main core founders, and then core members, and then we have a host of moderators, and Brandong's one of our foremost moderators. We have Stemi down there as well. We have going to be moving into a new CTO, hopefully. That's what I was mentioning. We are, talking to CTOs right now. And then once that happens, I think we'll be pretty happy with the team for this year, and then kind of hoping to go grow again at the end of the year.
I was actually gonna mention that. I didn't hear any C-suite titles until you're growing into that level of milestone or something. So the question was, is this a fun project, or are you trying to build a business? And if it is,
We're definitely very, very serious. Like, I'm technically the CMO. Our COO is Dynite, and then our CTO would be the person that we're looking for right now. But we were definitely very much like a startup in the beginning, people with many hats. But now we're getting to a point where, here's your special hat, wear your hat with pride. And we're business plan is being set forth right now. We'll have a pitch deck ready to go. We will be actively looking for funding, this year probably.
cool beans. Where are you guys registered? What's your jurisdiction?
UK.
UK. Why the UK? Is that where most of the team members are?
That's where the founder's from.
Okay. Sweet. Well, did you want to get into anything particular that you wanted to share today?
Well, I think this the big thing I just wanted to, kind of talk about really is kind of like the DNA minting. And then, we are going to be doing, NFT staking. It'll be a little bit different than what people have out right now. I think actually only one other brand is using something similar, but it's like a form of like min swap staking where it's rolling. You can kind of claim it anytime you want. It's not necessarily non-custodial or custodial. It's still in your wallet, but it's a contract within your wallet. So you still retain ownership of it, but you just can't move it unless you unstake it. Those are some of the cool things that we're working on for staking. But if you have any questions about that, I'm more than happy to kind of go into them.
Wait a minute. You just said something that's either horseshit or some voodoo magic.
It's goat shit, not horse shit, Lino.
Oh, thank you.
It's a little bit of voodoo magic.
What is this contract in your wallet thing? I thought everything in Cardano had to live in the UTXO.
It uses what people call Franken address, or like a hybrid address.
Oh, wow, that is a very interesting use of Franklin addresses. Addresses.
So we're gonna try to put as much documentation out. It's kind of hard to explain. Personally, I haven't like delved as far into the Franken addresses and like the hybrid addresses. And to be honest, I hate the word Franken address in the first place. But yeah, it's a unique use of it. And this way it's a little bit more like, locking up your funds in a way, but keeps a lot of the security about it keeping in your wallet.
Right.
So you don't like, because we had what happened to mutants, right? So you're like kind of like avoiding that stuff.
We are familiar with the issue.
That stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently there was one line of code that was able to fix it, and I hate when that stuff happens. You're just like, well, we're all here, but yeah, our partners they're very aware of it. We had that discussion when it came out. But yeah, I don't think we'll have that issue with that line of code, in there prior to the issue. I think that's
somebody's has to do it for everybody else to be aware of it. That's kind of how it works, unfortunately. Yeah.
That's the sad thing, but they did such a great job. I feel like to explain what happened and make things right. So I think they're increasing rewards for a few people as well that were affected. They're doing great. But yeah, that's kind of the risk that we have too, being so early in Cardano. I think a good conversation to have in the next coming weeks is like audit standards, because we don't have any. I think that's really important. It's something that I'm really concerned as we get more and more technical.
Why can Oh, just before Jenny go, where can people read more about this upcoming drop thing, this DNA thing?
The DNA stuff, I'll actually be launching all the documentation tomorrow. So you'll definitely get some information about that. Just a little bit more information about the DNA kit. Again, it was a little bit of an airdrop, and the DNA acts as like a whitelist token in a way. And but there's multiple different versions of the DNA. There's 3 versions, right? So there's an L1, an L2, and the L3. So depending on if you have an L1 DNA kit and let's say a zebra, for instance, you'd have a higher likelihood of getting this other type of zebra. So I'll give you some alpha here. There's going to be a new zebra into the mix, and that's going to be a toxic zebra. So last collection, we introduced a neon zebra. So there's toxic, neon, and normal zebras now. And there's a few other different new breeds as well. But depending on which breed you have, plus your whitelist token gives you access to this other, Goetia, if you will.
Great. What are you gonna say, Jenny?
No, well, because this is what happens to me. Like, are you guys going to build a wiki or something? Because this guy, I have a hard time understanding everything that goes on. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah. No, I'm on the same page as you right now. I'm actually actively rewriting our grass white paper and like our NFT. Like, I think they deserve their own papers, right? So if you want to know about grass token, you can, and then kind of blend those into its own like wiki and document.
That sounds good. Yeah. Wait, I think at this point with so much going on, it's needed, you know? Like I remember when Cornucopias did that, it was so helpful. Before that, it was like, but how does this work and how that works? And it's like nobody could really explain it. And I feel the same way with goats. So I was wondering, like, do you guys like to keep it like that? Because a lot of times when I ask people, they're like in the goat tribe, it's like, well, if you know, you know. And it's like, well, I don't know. I want to know. It's like, I don't know how that works.
It's not necessarily that we like to keep it that way, but there is a lot more going on, and it's kind of difficult just to drop everything at once because a lot of it will gloss over people. So for the collection that we have right now, we're kind of trying to allow people to kind of understand it and be part of it and reflect the community in a lot of different ways. So right now we're starting to talk to them a little bit about the end of the year, which is where the actual vision is, which is escape Earth, right? And so the wiki would give us an opportunity to explain the lore and where goats come in. And in this case, goats are an antagonist, right? So the full story is a actual like conflict between goats and humans, and goats eventually take over the earth. And then at the end of the story, they end up being vegans, and the storyline takes us through that entire process. And goats are a part of that.
Oh, wow. So a bunch of,
Wow.
I didn't know that. I see. Now
Uh-huh.
you know.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing too. Like a lot of it right now, like when it came to the bull market, a lot of it was around hype, right? So like when you say a lot of things that we're doing, or let's say we had an entire like lore list, a lot of people would just not care. So now that we're able to talk about it, have our core audience, definitely grow that a little bit. People are going to ask the questions that you're asking now, like why, are people still here? Why are people enjoying your content? And then we can actually have a real conversation around it rather than, oh, we're minting out, coming up this day, get your white list. This is about me. Here's some more information. Please buy my product. Now we're in a position where we have to give back to our community and explain what we're doing.
All I just gotta say is I'll be dead before any goat take over this planet. Oh wait, I think that's how it works. Wow, yeah, cool. I'm gonna ask a question. Um, how you
I have
escape?
questions.
Oh, go ahead, Woodsy. If anybody else has a question, please comment up. Do the hand thing. If someone else is talking, go ahead, Woodsy.
Yeah, so you said for the DNA kits, there were different levels. Is it just 1, 2, and 3? And what? I assume that L1 is the one that you want.
Yeah, so there's three different levels. L1 would be like the more common version. The L2, so there's actually a little bit funnier names. There's deluxe, super deluxe, and like ultra super deluxe. That's the different kick levels, and the level 2 are more rare, and the level 3 there's only 14 of them. So the level 3 actually unlocks a custom goat from our actual founder. So you'll be able to have some inclusion into it as well. So whether you have an L1 or L3, it'll have a different variant to what you're able to mint.
Can you use them on the Halloween and Christmas goats and baby goats?
No, not right now, but we're in the future. Like one of the things that I've been kind of approaching is what's next, right? So like what's next on kind of NFT technology. And I think Lido, I think you'll appreciate this. We're actually looking through, like SIP 68. A lot of people are doing SIP 25. And, when you look at it, it's kind of simple, but what we're looking at to like finalize the collection is kind of a wrapped NFT, if you will. A lot of people call them like reference tokens, but you would take 2 reference tokens to make a new ownership token, and that ownership token would have a new image, and it would be dynamic. So you'd be able to unwrap them, if you will, and make a new combination. And this allows us to make like a collection where in the beginning you have, for our collection, there was 18 trillion different possibilities, but we chose 10,000. So this would allow us to make every 18 trillion possibilities, and someone would be like, I don't like that one. Let me change it and do it again. So in the future, we will be, looking at things like Halloween or other projects and add different layers or metadata using that process.
I have a Christmas
Cool.
and Halloween goat. Those are cool.
What's your favorite trait?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit Tweety Birds, and I tried I was talking to someone and they asked me that same question. They're like, okay, I'm gonna look one up on JPEG Store. They're expensive, so I
Wow.
can no longer tell people to get one of those, but that's my favorite.
Not cool, bro. Whoever's hoarding those things.
Why is it expensive?
Yeah.
Do we think that it's like the bear market and nobody wants to get kind of liquidated in the bear market, so they just leave things on there with high prices they know they won't get? Or is it a fair floor at this point?
Well, our rarity works. It's actually, there's so much rarity that it kind of delves into its own kind of like meta. So a lot of people focused on ranks where they're like, I want the highest rank one. But we have different attributes, like for instance, so Who Framed Roger Rabbits, where there's only 99 of them. So like our gray hats, there's 99 of those as well. So there's only like 1 point something % of the entire collection that has them. So they're kind of sought after in a lot of ways. And, when you look at something that is 99 compared to 10,000, it is technically fairly rare.
I have one OG goat, and it's really cool. Like him. Somebody paper handed them, and then I took it. You know how much I paid for it? 16
What? Oh my
yeah,
God! I
man.
remember
Because
this stuff.
when it went down
this is
real
the best
quick, I
part
was
about it
like,
too.
I'm gonna pick the one I want, and I bought it super cheap, and then it went back up, and it was like, yeah. I did the same thing with the Kongs. Like the Kongs, like totally dropped to like nothing, and I got a really sweet one, and then yeah. But this one I won't sell. The Kong I did sell for good money. So
Right now, the
really
Goetia are
nice
kind of in the same.
with
The Goetia are kind of like in the same position right now, which is, a lot of people are concerned about it, but I kind of see it as an opportunity to, have conversations like we're having now. And then when there is that new user, they're like, oh, I can join the Go tribe for that 15 ADA like you did. And, that makes me happy because now we are here today and you don't, have any concerns or anything. And you're happy holder as well. And, the person that did mint, that did hold around, they're okay as well. So it's just, it gives a lot of people not good opportunity. And I feel like a lot of people are just worried about floor price for no reason. We're in
I
a
got 3 Galatias and I paid like the full price for those, and I didn't understand that mint at all. I'm gonna be honest. There's like people like, oh no, I got it for nothing, and I was like, I used my ADA, and it's like, no, you could have used that, and then I was very confused during that mint. Not gonna lie.
that was a new thing. Like so we actually accepted 10 different native assets. So we had like Hosky token, Discoin, Derp. We took a few others like Clay token. We took and Maker, and it was an opportunity for us to use an affiliate system. So we gave those communities that we reached out to the opportunity with an affiliate code. So if they used that code or if any of their community used it, it would automatically kick back 20 ADA directly to their community wallet.
You see, I tried asking, and this is the kind of stuff that I think it's so important for you to have that wiki. I asked so many members, they're very close to the Go tribe, and the majority answer, if you know, you know. So I didn't know, and I had no way of knowing, and I own all those tokens, and I was like, oh shoot. After the fact is when I learned exactly how it worked, but it almost felt like nobody wanted to tell me
So
how it worked.
that one I will say we campaigned that one for a good week. Every single day we announced via Twitter what token and what community we were working with. So if you missed the Hosky one,
It was confusing. I remember it was very confusing because it was like, it wasn't so, like you had a, yeah, I'm trying to remember what it was that made it super confusing.
I mean,
It
maybe it
was,
was that you don't know what the best deal is, right? Like what exchange rate you're getting on those tokens. Maybe that was some
no,
confusing
dude, I
part to
don't
it.
care about those tokens, people.
I don't care about those tokens. Let me
Oh
clip
no,
that.
I'm
Be like, I
happy
don't
to
care
give
about
it
any
some
of these native
use.
assets.
They're just there. So I would have, just for the fact of like, hey, I'm going to use those tokens for that. I think it's cool. What do you guys do with those tokens actually? Did you guys like convert it to ADA, or do you guys keep it as in your treasury for something else, or all these different native tokens that you accepted for the Gosha?
we haven't really decided yet. But they've just been
So you
kind of
still have
sitting there.
them. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
like
No, it's just
I'm kind
interesting.
of
Okay.
interested to see what the Clay token can do. Because they're the pitches, they even, like we were talking pretty much for a little bit about like the pitches and what we can do with the pitches. So I don't know, maybe we'll do something there. Maybe we'll do some big giveaways. um there's a
So
lot of stuff that we'll do.
a lot of people chose that as a form of payment. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was going to be my question was, can you maybe talk about like how much was purchased through these alternative methods? Like, can we see some stats on like what was the number one native asset used? What was the least used? Like, I would love to know what kind of traction that type of payment pathway kind of got, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we actually limited it. So they went so fast. It was insane. So the one thing that we didn't want to do is, let's say, we just made everything for native assets, and we got like I don't know, maybe we got one of the tokens that ended up rugging throughout the year, right? And now we had made no money. So we limited it to 50 per token. So and 10 for our, excuse me, 100 for our own. And so that's 500, that's 600 token, 550 tokens that we had reserved for using native assets. And I think the biggest one people were trying to use at first was Hosky. That one probably sold out the quickest, next to like our own grass, because it's our own community. And then after that, I would say it's probably the clay token was next. Those were probably the tokens that people had the most, but they all eventually became reserved from the 50 that we had available.
I think I remember what the
Shall we get
confusion
into these
was
two
too.
hands quickly? Since we're almost out of time here.
Hey, quick question for you there, Go Tribe. What events are you guys going to be attending? CNFT, Rare Evo on the schedule?
Yeah, we're having that conversation right now. So CNFT Con's going on right now. They're sending out their links to have conversations. So we'll have that conversation pretty soon. We've had a conversation with Rare Evo, and then NFT NYC. There's another event JPEG Store is going to be hosting. So just kind of looking at the scope of things right now. Kind of leaning towards CNFT Con and Rare and NFT NYC. So that's kind of the higher possibility, but I'll be at all three regardless.
Go ahead, Woodsy.
Yeah, I was wondering if there are any plans to have 3D models of goats or anything like that.
Yeah, so 3D stuff, we're in conversations right now. I think the best way to approach it is to have a solid consult, like an advisor in a way. So we are looking at that right now. I had a conversation with someone to kind of break down a scope, because when you get into like game development and you want to like expand to a certain point, sometimes you have departments where they're just focused on like hair, for instance, and having someone that can kind of like walk you through like, okay, well, let's start here rather than starting there is really important. So we're approaching that right now. We'll probably won't do the goats first, but we may be focusing on like the entire collection in general via like game development.
If you're looking for people, I'd like to help out / work for the team if you need people.
I would like to see some plushies. Cute little
I'll definitely
plushie.
reach out to you.
Oh my gosh, of the babies, you're right, Jenny. That'd be really cute.
Yes, too cute. We need that. And I think I remember why I was confused, because she also had like the serum, right? Couldn't you also use the serum to get your goats? I think that was part of like the whole confusion that I had back then. So I remember it was something like that.
Well, let's hope there's lessons to be
that's
learned
the
for that
DNA kit that's
upcoming.
coming. Yeah,
So that's
that'll be
happening
coming
later,
out.
right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's coming out
That's what it
tomorrow. We'll be
was.
launching all that information, because that was I
So
agree,
was
that was a little
for
bit difficult to understand.
the remainder of that collection comes
Will
with
all
that.
this stuff be in the Git? What is it? What is the thing again? Is it the Git?
The wiki?
The wiki? Yeah.
A lot
Well,
of it's in our Medium, but we'll be moving stuff into like a wiki very soon. So we're redoing the grass white paper as we speak. I have pretty much it 90% done. I just want to go through it, maybe add a few things. Same thing with our NFT collection. We'll probably break them up into different white papers and then include those into that wiki. But currently, that is not out.
just super quickly, you don't have to be very detailed, but how do you guys do your treasury management?
Yeah, so our founder is actually worked for an engineer for trains, and that's what his job was, like project management. So he's fairly decent. He's actually very strict with the budget. So he does majority of the budgeting, and a lot of that goes in our business roadmap right now. Our business plan.
I mean, like just specifically like fund management. Is it everything going to fiat in a bank and then stuff gets paid? You have multi-sig, stuff in ADA.
Majority of it's through
is he
fiat.
holding all the funds and spending?
Majority it's through fiat. It's through the LLC, the limited corporation. So it's Scapegoat Media Ltd. So it should be fairly public, not the actual like balance book, but you can look us up for sure. But yeah, majority of it's through fiat. We don't necessarily keep things through ADA because majority of our bills are through USD. We just expanded
There's
to
this whole thing called the real world out there, right?
Yeah. It's it's something that also I kind of practice what we preach. I do have conversations with other projects. They ask me, should I just hold everything in ADA? And I mean, it's not a problem to hold things in ADA, but I always recommend talking to an advisor, like an actual financial advisor. Majority of the time, they won't say keep everything in ADA, and a lot of
Cool.
times we kind of lean on those people.
Well, that brings us to the end of our time today with the tribe. Hope you didn't mind the smell.
Wait, when staking happens? When staking
Staking, we're trying to launch March 1st, but we're going to focus on DNA for the next 2 weeks, and then the 15th, we'll start talking about NFT staking.
So is that some alpha that we just got March 1st? Sounds like some alpha.
Oh,
That is not a guaranteed date, but it should
that
be.
is an alpha, and we didn't even break 50 retweets, but we got the alpha anyways.
But yeah, I love you guys. I'll definitely be around as much as possible. I don't have
you
any more
perfected the goat sound by now? Like, how does a goat? How does a goat
I'm
do?
probably it's. Oh no, I don't know that one.
No. That's a wolf. Lido.
Last call to action, Mr. Gold, sir.
Yeah.
Take us away.
First and foremost, retweet this space. Get a cup of coffee. They have more guests coming up here. We have our wonderful hosts, Lido, Cook Time, Jenny. Hero's just probably hanging out in the crowd right now. And if you want to know more about the Goat Tribe, definitely check out goattribe.io. There's going to be some great information coming out tomorrow. I think a lot of people will be really excited with who we're working with. It'll bring two communities really, really close together. And then look out into the future for, NFT staking, our Crash token. And if you want to know more about that, just hop in our Discord and we'll tell you all about it.
Don't you dare do it, would say. Don't you dare do it. We are moving this tribe along.
What?
Okay.
I just want to say that I like my goat hat. I love my goat hat. My goat tribe hat, I should say. Where the rainbow comes out of the goat's butt.
We're coming to you, Cook Time. Do this mid-roll thing, because apparently you do the best Wednesday crew mid-roll. That's a fact.
Hell yeah, I'll take it. All right. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in for Ada Goats. This is the mid-roll for Cardano Over Coffee. We have episodes Monday through Friday from 2:30 p.m. UTC to 4:30 p.m. UTC. Come kick it on Wednesdays with the Wednesday crew. We got Jenny, myself, and Lido Nation. If you want to look at anything else that we have going on, just check out our bio. We have a link tree to a few different really cool awesome additions that we've added. You can purchase coffee with Ada. Yes, you heard it here. You can get your morning Joe the right way with Cardano Over Coffee. We have whole beans, ground beans, and we also have K-Cups. Other than that, if you are a project, if you like what's going on here, make sure to schedule a time slot. We have it open and available. It's very automated, very seamless, so you can schedule a time that works best for you without having the hassle of communicating with humans. Other than that, if you are new to Cardano, make sure that you do not keep your ADA on exchanges. Make sure to participate in the decentralization of Cardano by creating a wallet and staking it to a stake pool. If you have no idea how to stake to a stake pool, that is okay. You can contact one of the speakers or one of the hosts, and we'll walk you through the process. It's very easy. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. So we have Lido Pool, we have Hero Pool, and we also have Epoch Pool. So we have a few represented up here on the stage right now, but there are so many others under the sun. So definitely hit us up or just start that conversation with a friend. But that is all from me. That is the mid-roll from Cook Time.
Oh, yeah.
And that mid-roll was brought to you by Yam4. Set and forget crypto-backed loans. Crypto simplified. 0% interest repayments. Crypto exposure with no liquidation risks. And indefinite loan terms.
Did you guys see
Simplify.
Fluent now now allows JED loans?
Oh,
And did you know you can actually loan a goat out for USD now? Hey!
what?
What is happening right now?
Oh man, that was too funny. Great. Let's move this thing around before the house gets too crazy. Well, super quickly. Today is Wednesday. This is your light of minute with the Wednesday crew. That means Project Catalyst starts in 90 minutes, 86 minutes. If you don't know what that is, hit up projectcatalyst.io. And there's information about what it is and then how to join the meeting later today. I'll actually be presenting stuff I've been working on for Catalyst in one of the after town hall rooms. So come check it out and give your feedback. We will move on. Oh, my name is Darlington, by the way. Your favorite co-dreamer at Lido Nation, where we provide blockchain education in plain English, Kiswahili, and Espanol. The extra S is for Tia Jenny.
Yeah, I don't know how I like that. You're adding an X there, an Espanol.
Our next guest is Cardini. Am I saying this right? Cardanaires?
Cardanaires.
Yeah, I didn't want to jump in before with the Cardanaires, Cardano visionaries, but we don't mind. We're open.
Oh, no. Sometimes I just struggle with words, which is funny because my major was creative writing, English, right? And I still struggle with words. Cardanaires, welcome. I've not heard much about you guys. So why don't you tell us about who you are? Who's the team? What is the Cardanaires?
Absolutely, gladly. Thank you again for hosting us, guys. It's getting a little bit later here. The coffee is wearing off, but yeah, we're more than welcome to tell you a little bit about us and what we're doing. So the Cardanaires are the first Genesis project, NFT project from the Tangent team, and Tangent is exploring the use cases of NFTs through art and finance on Cardano. So a little bit more about the Cardanaires themselves. The Cardanaires are 5,555 NFTs, and these have been about a year in the making from the fabulous artist Quertz. And Quertz we feel we're a little bit different to a lot of other NFT projects on Cardano, whereas every single one of these NFTs have been hand-drawn. He's put some incredible time-lapse videos together, which shows all the hundreds of layers which are used on each one of the NFTs. And each one of these NFTs has different values. So some will be gold, silver, and bronze. And there are a variety of people who are associated with the chain of Cardanaires, hence the visionaries. Each one of them will be a fixed price, a lucky draw. And actually, as a little bit of alpha, if you're unaware, we will be launching on the 3rd of February, so just in a couple of days. And that is Japan Standard Time, 7 a.m. So if you're in the US, it's actually tomorrow night, your time. Straight after our NMaker hosted Twitter space, which we'll be talking a little bit more again about the Cardanaires there. Of course, we also want to bring more use cases to NFTs. So each of the different NFTs will have different capabilities. And maybe I can pass over to my sidekick now, who can tell you a little bit more about the different qualities each NFT has, apart from just the art. Cheers.
Hey guys, I know it's a lot to take in there. Basically what we're doing with the funds that are raised, we're very transparent, and 40% of all the funds that are raised are going into a DAO, a treasury for the DAO, and that DAO will actually be controlled by the NFT holders. So this Genesis edition, so only one of these NFTs means you're a member of the DAO, which is pretty cool. And this is our way of giving back to the community. And we're partnered with Summon, actually. Summon's DAO tool for that service, so we're using their tooling kit for that. Another 30% will go to the artist, and then the remaining 30% goes to the development of the Tangent protocol, which, like my friend said, is all about exploring the use of NFTs in DeFi. We're creating a lot of different tooling sets and different things for other projects to use with NFTs there.
Wow, so many questions. So many. Did you
Please,
want to
please
say
find
anything else before we get into the questions?
Maybe we can just give a little brief overview as well. So, as we said, the artistic value is obviously a major thing, as these are actually real pieces of art, in our opinion. We hope the community feels the same.
How long does it take to draw each one? How long?
Yeah, it's like 16 plus hours for each NFT. So Quertz has been working very hard, and he resides in the Hakuba Mountains up in Japan. It is kind of time when he's not been making the Cardanaires over the last year. He also kind of customizes snowboards for a big snowboarding company over there, and does other work gigs for hotels and their branding. But we're very fortunate to have him on the Tangent team as well as part of our artistic director. But yeah, some other little things. So a big part of what we do is our NFT farm, our staking app, and that's going to be going live for an incentivized public testnet in just a handful of weeks. So we're going to get our sale underway in just a couple of days, and this will be the next step coming along very soon. Actually, people can go over to app.tangent.art now and actually have a look at our staking app. It's looking pretty good. We take a lot of time, I must say. We take a lot of time to get the aesthetics sorted, and the back end coding is coming along very nicely as well. Also, other kind of qualities of holding the NFTs will be airdrops in our governance token Tang. So they are the kind of main perks as well of holding these NFTs.
Wow. Cool. Well, if anybody has questions coming up, do the hand thing if someone else is talking. I'll start with the couple. Jenny, cook time if you have any, get them ready. This Tangent, is Tangent the company, or is who's the register entity for this operation?
Yeah, so Cardanaires is the name of the NFT project, and then obviously for our NFT farm, it's powered by Tangent, and then for the DAO, it's powered by Summon.
Yeah, but is the business behind all of them that's registered somewhere?
Yes. The issuing company basically is registered in the BVI, and like we said, Quertz is based in Japan. Me and my partner here, we're co-founders. We're based in UAE at the moment, so we're spread worldwide. It's worldwide, yeah. So we've got a large team. If you check out the website, either on Tangent or Cardanaires, you can see all the members there and their LinkedIn profiles and everything. Yeah, we are decentralized.
Hi, Cardanaires. What events are you guys going to be attending this year?
Yeah, hey man, how you doing? We will certainly be coming to Rare Bloom. We're fortunately in Switzerland, so we had some great talk in there, and yeah, we are 100% coming to Rare Bloom, and yeah, we're open to other ones as well. But that's top of the food chain. CNFT Con as well is on the list.
Nice, good to hear.
So the question you mentioned about Summon platform, Summon, when is the main? Because Summon isn't live yet, right? Or do you guys have access to pre-release stuff that the common folks don't have access to?
Yeah, that's for the DAO, and the DAO will be coming later on in the year. So we're in communication with the Summon team regarding that.
Okay,
the mint itself. Yeah, sorry. For the mint itself, we're as we said, we partnered with NMaker for that, and yeah, we're using their tool set to commence the mint in a couple of days.
Yeah, the NFT staking will be happening this quarter. We had a closed beta testnet for that before, with Rats DAO helped us do that, and we had some good feedback from them. And yeah, we're going to have a public testnet pretty soon after this mint begins. So hopefully, if that's successful and we have a good audit, I think it's important to have audit for these kind of things, right? So yeah, we're looking at.
Well, going to the audit thing. I'm curious because the address right now that you have for the 40%, that is just a regular address. It's not a multi-sig or anything like that. So who's controlling that address?
Sure, yeah. We're going to be honest, the team is controlling that. This is the address at the moment to collect the funds. Yeah. I think actually saying at this stage, even that we are going to spread the funds where we are into these 3 wallets is doing a lot more than what a lot of other projects are in this situation. You know, we are being transparent.
No. The reason I was asking is because there is tool to make a multi-sig, right? So there's like 5 people instead of 1 person.
Yes, yeah, we're going to do the multi-sig wallet pretty soon. Literally, just at the moment, we've been gearing up for the NFT sale and getting that mint website ready, etc. And this is where the funds are going to go initially, and then we will set up the multi-sig for the DAO after that's completed.
Doesn't that seem risky though? Because I think it takes like 10 minutes to set up the multi-sig.
Yeah. I mean, we could probably do it before it starts. Actually, yeah, it's a good point. Good point.
We'll jump on the space tomorrow. We will have updated it by then.
Yeah, it's true.
If you do jump on it and give us the update. The first 30 minutes is banter.
No, you're right, man.
We like it.
We have always planned to do the multi-sig with it, and then man, we'll get it set up before it starts. So why not?
Appreciate it.
Did anybody else have any question, or should I just keep running my mouth?
I was gonna ask, are you guys based in Japan? I see that you have the date in Japan Standard Time.
Sure. So again, leading back to Quirtz, the artist, he's based in Japan, and obviously we really want to honor him because he is the creator of this incredible series. So that's why we decided on our publications to announce at 7 a.m. Japanese time on the 3rd. But yeah, as mentioned, the actual timing in the US will be tomorrow evening, straight after the NMaker Twitter space that we're jumping into. So we are based, as Clint mentioned, in the UAE. He's based in Japan, and then we've got team all around the place and companies registered in the BVI. So that's us.
Jenny from the blockchain.
Oh, I was trying to accept somebody that was requesting, and somebody beat me to it. I don't really have questions, but I really dig the art. I see they're like handmade, and saw a little clip there of all the layers. Pretty cool.
Thanks, Jenny.
Yeah, really, really nice art. I like it. I like the Ouroboros there too. It looks pretty cool.
Sure.
Art-wise is excellent.
Thank you. We've got a little alpha, I guess, as well. I mean, this is the initial NFT series, but we do have part 2 coming up, which we're calling the modern day visionaries. I can't really give away who they will be, but there might even be a couple of people in this space now. So
they will be dynamic NFTs as well, so they can be upgraded and things like that.
Wow, you're using CIP? Did you use a different CIP for that?
Yeah,
you implemented 68. Oh shoot!
Yeah, exactly.
That's exciting. Yeah. Nice. So you implemented 67 and 68 for that, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly. I've just been talking to Nicholas over at Saturn NFT, and he's been guiding us through that process. So it's really
That's
cool.
exciting. Oh my God, you should have started with that. Ooh, I'm pumped.
So yeah, there's a little alpha for the space.
Can you elaborate a little more without giving too much alpha? We like alpha, but yeah, the implementation of this and making NFTs dynamic, I think it's a big step forward in the direction of our space, NFT wise, right?
I hear you. I mean, look, and we've seen this develop over recent weeks and months, and we want to be a part of it. Obviously, we've committed to what we're doing with this NFT release, but we also want to make the community aware of our longer plans. So there will be whitelist spots available for that in time to come. Realistically, if we're going to be honest as well, we've got things coming up first before then on our roadmap. But yeah, realistically, Q2, Q3, and this is when our modern day visionaries will come to life. Quirtz is actively drafting sketches as we talk, and then in time to come, these layers will form, and so will the modern day visionaries.
Sweet, as Lido will say. Although I like to say sweet too, but not the way Lido says it.
What's up, Crypto College?
Hey, thanks for getting me up there. Hey, so Cardanaires, is that how you say it? Cardanaires? You just mentioned that you're doing multiple collections, or you'll be launching a second collection. Now, will that have the same privileges as the first, or are they going to be sort of like tiered as they go along?
Look, again, just to be clear, this is down in it's not even mentioned in the roadmap, but we wanted to drop something for you guys now. There's going to be certain qualities. We can't really delve into them just yet. They are going to be different, the qualities, but as well, they're going to be very beneficial within the Tangent ecosystem.
You want to get in on this one, basically, so you're like a founding member of the DAO and everything, and then you'll have the whitelist spot and all the other perks that come with the second edition and airdrops and everything that we'll have there.
Actually, we just yesterday released our staking rewards calculator. So on Cardnaires.com, under the staking rewards section, if you just scroll down a little bit, there's a calculator where you can select the different NFTs which you might get in the lucky draw, and then you can see for yourself like the rewards that would be generated within the governance token Tang, which we think is pretty cool as well. So yeah, and from that we've created our mint site, which is mint.cardnaires.com. That's also live now, and as soon as the timer counts down, it'll be launch time at the end of the space tomorrow.
So it's expected the OG collection will have all the privileges, if not more, than any future collections.
Yeah, well summarized. Absolutely.
People are going to really love the second collection too, because obviously that's the modern day Cardanaires, the modern day visionaries of the Cardano blockchain. So that's paying homage to all the cool people in our ecosystem, right? Like
no names.
There's not too much out there. Yeah.
You can drop some names. It's okay.
We're gonna make
Lido
an
just
NFT
wants to
of
know that if it's a Lido in there. That's all
Lido,
he cares about.
I'll be lying if I didn't say you're on the list, man. So
my
watch
word.
your space. You've made the first cut, at least. It's coming.
That's too funny. Well, I'm sure there's plenty of camera phones with selfies with pictures for the model.
Did you say that you talked to Nick? Like,
Nick?
Avatar Nick? For like,
Yeah,
because,
Nick,
yeah. He's going to be here on Friday presenting his project too. If you want to come say hi. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Love to. Well, again, we were able to have our own first Twitter space last week, and we're thankful that he dropped in as well with some other.
There's definitely going to be an NFT of Nick. I'll just say that. There you go. That's one for sure. Wow. Guaranteed.
Whoa.
Okay, now we got some alpha there. Woohoo!
Press.
So, what real world problem is this whole operation solving? Because it sounds like there's art, right? But then there's so much on top of the art. There is the staking, the DAO, why do all of this instead of just art?
Yeah, that's a really good question, man. That's a really, really good question. What we thought before was we were like, look, NFTs and they're just JPEGs, right? But then they need to have more utility. So that's why we set up Tangent. And one of the things that we're doing on there is like a launch pad for redeemable NFTs. So NFTs backed by like real world assets. So I'm not talking like property or gold or whatever, but I mean, it could just even be a pair of sneakers or a T-shirt by an artist, It could be anything. So that's like linking up, the tokenization of like physical items, basically, physical goods. We say like tokenize the planet, basically. And then with the NFT farming, similar thing again. There's a lot of NFT collections out there with little or no utility, but they've got big communities. And then why not, they might want to distribute a token, right, to people, or distribute royalties to people, or distribute IP. So with our NFT farming tool, they can basically use an API, and they can, use that to distribute stuff to their NFT holders, and in a non-custodial fashion. And we have our own platform, but our goal is to make an API so that anyone can use it and then not have to use our front end or anything like that, right? They can just have their own front end or whatever they want to do with it.
Absolutely, plug and play. If I can, I'll just briefly expand a little bit more on our redeemable NFT launchpad. So we've already got our first collaboration signed up, which is a company called Guilo, who are a brewery that are based out of Hong Kong, Japan, America, Australia. And for our proof of concept for that, we are doing a non-alcoholic beer run. So again, Q2, Q3 this year. Our artist Quirtz has actually already designed the label. The community voted on that a number of months ago. And what will happen is users will come to our platform. They'll purchase the NFT. They can trade that NFT as they wish. And then when they want to, they come back to our platform and they redeem that NFT. And then the physical 6-pack of non-alcoholic beer, the Tangent logo, Quirtz, etc., in this really funky design, that will then get distributed and posted to them wherever they are in the world. And the joys of obviously doing a non-alcoholic beer run is the fact of the import problems that are almost non-existent. And again, if anyone's interested, you can see the can. It's again at app.tangent.art. If you scroll across to the redeemable NFT launchpad, that will be the beer. And we've actually been involved in the brewing side of it as well, choosing the different flavors with Ian from Guilo, and something pretty cool in the making as well.
Super cool. So would that be able to ship worldwide, the thing?
Yeah, to most places it will be able to ship because it's non-alcoholic, and then after that, there'll be like little communities built around this token on the Discord server. So around this NFT, so we will do future beer runs as well, perhaps just for one location. Like there might be one just from America. When we talked to the brewery company, they had some pretty cool ideas. Like they said, there's some amazing stuff they can do. Like they can brew the beer in
Auburn.
Like a whiskey cask or whatever. They can add gold leaf to it. We can do some really funky things.
And the joys of having a worldwide organization like this is that they have, as we mentioned, they have the breweries already set up in America and Japan. So shipment internally in America is much more straightforward.
Right.
Yeah.
So just to put a cap on my question about the Cardanaires specifically. So is the Cardanaires supposed to really show what the Tangent platform can do, or?
Sure. So just to be clear, Tangent and everything that we do is underpinned by the arts. We've got a love for real art, and when Tangent was created, it was in linear to the Cardanaires. The art was already there, and then we kind of built out the name, etc., and the branding of the NFT project. But as soon as Tangent was born, so were the Cardanaires. I have a passion for art as well as Quirtz, who's part of the team. Just to re-emphasize that everything that we do is underpinned by the art, hence why,
Well, I asked that clarification question because I don't know if I understood the response about why you're doing it. And then, you mentioned stuff like APIs and other projects can use it too. And so I'm just trying to sort of draw the line between what is Cardanaires and what is Tangent. Like these APIs, are they going to be provided on the Cardanaires banner, or will you be hitting a Tangent like website or something?
Sure. So under the Tangent protocol, the Cardanaires fall under there, and then all the different tool sets that we've created are from Tangent. So everything to do with the Tangent ecosystem is under that, and the Cardanaires are a part of that. Hope that helps.
Indeed. And so in your roadmap, you have a token.
Yeah, we have a token. It hasn't been distributed yet. We have some set aside for the staking rewards for these NFTs
and the airdrops,
and the airdrop for the NFT holders too. So each
Why
NFT
token.
Yeah, so that's a good question. The token basically is linked to the DAO, right? So the Tang token basically is the governance token of that DAO. And for, like I said, 40% of the money raised in the NFT sale is going into the treasury. So, we're putting that on chain with Summon, and then we're letting the DAO holders decide what happens with the treasury and how those funds are used.
So these tokens, will the only way you can get them be by holding the NFT?
It's not the only way, but it's one of the most profitable ways and one of the most beneficial ways of doing it. So by purchasing the NFT and staking it. And we've got some really quite healthy, also sustainable rewards. And again, that can be viewed. It's all in our 30-page white paper in the pitch deck.
We'll probably do an ISPO later at some point as well. We set aside some for that.
Wait, for the governance token?
Yes.
If it's a governance token, shouldn't it be only to the people who are the NFT?
Sorry, say that again?
Well, I'm just confused about the token utility. Is it a governance token or is it also like an investment thing?
It's definitely fundamental to be a governance token. I mean, it's the $1 million question for a lot of projects, but I think
well, a lot of projects, I find very sketchy, right? Especially when they have token and they call it a governance token, but then they list it on exchanges because that is antithetical to governance token.
I think we're being as open as possible with
we can't stop people from trading it, right? I mean,
No, you can't stop, but like if you list it, because I think I saw somewhere that you said you're gonna list it on SEX, like, right? Like if other people list it, great, right? But if you list it, that sends a very different signal. And then like, flag starts going off.
You don't like centralized exchanges?
No, I don't like governance token being treated like other types of tokens. If it's a governance token, you should be able to get it by like doing the governance thing, right? Like buying an NFT, like,
interacting with the DApp or something, right? Like you use the ecosystem, you get the governance token.
Thanks everybody for joining Cardano Over Coffee. Special thanks to our guests, the Goat Tribe and the Cardanaries. Huge shout out to today's show sponsor, Yam4, crypto loans with no margin calls or interest repayments and indefinite loan terms. Yes, it's possible. Check them out today at yam4.com.